Hey guys, what's going on? Today we are addressing a question that somebody sent to us, and it was about squatting with knee pain, and specifically patellar tendonitis. That's what this person was suffering from, which is a pretty common condition for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's acute or chronic, I know I suffer from time to time with patellar tendonitis, and it just makes you just not want to hit legs sometimes.
Acute would just be like every once in a while, right?
Yeah, just short term. Chronic is something that's going to be long term, where you're suffering from it for a long time. Kind of like Dr. Dre, the chronic.
Yeah, but not. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
not the same kind.
It's not the same kind. But anyway, today we're talking about any kind of patellar tendonitis you're having, whether acute or whether it's chronic, and we're going to show you several things that you can do so you don't have to skip leg day, so you don't have to skip squatting. You may have to modify, but you don't have to completely do away with a squat. And we can use an activator like the glute bridge that you're doing here, just to kind of warm up the hips and get the hips and the glute medius online to wake it up and say, hey, it's time to work, let's get going here.
You're going to be the prime mover.
So you guys don't need to give up squatting. You guys can still squat, but you may have to vary the squat. Now let's first of all look at the regular squat you're doing here. You're doing a regular squat, there's a little bit more knee involvement, a little bit more forward travel of the knee.
Nice squat though.
Yeah, it's a high squat.
Yeah, but nice one.
A nice squat, yes. It's a nice squat, but it might be painful if you're suffering from patellar tendonitis.
Yeah, it would.
So what we're doing is we're going to add a bench in this case, or a box, whatever you want to use, and you're going to be widening your stance out. Now that's going to automatically activate the hips a little bit more, and then you have the safety there of the bench. And the one common theme you're going to see in all three of these exercises we're doing is that you're going to maintain a fairly vertical shin, pretty much straight vertical.
So you're drawing those hips back.
Right, exactly, and you're not going to be drawing as much tension forward into the knee by having that forward travel of that kneecap. So that's what the box squat will do. It will allow for the knee to not go forward as much and for you to maintain more of a vertical shin. Okay, and then the second exercise we're going to go on to is an exercise we have done here. How many times? Like countless times.
About 800.
Probably 800.
Yeah.
805.
I've probably done it way more than 800 in my lifetime.
It's the Bulgarian split squat, and the Bulgarian split squat is great at not only addressing muscle imbalances, but it allows you the opportunity to place your foot at different positions. So you can maintain a more vertical shin by placing your foot a little bit more further out in front of you. You can load this sucker up. I'm using 50 pounds here, and you can go heavier. I mean, sometimes I'll work with 80s or 90s on single leg stuff.
Oh yeah. I gotta try that.
Yeah, and you know, you just load them up, and it's gonna allow you to really hit the quads and the glutes and the hips really hard without having as much as that tension go in the kneecap.
A lot of power too.
Exactly. Yeah, always strength. You can make this into a plyometric too. You know, with explosiveness. And then finally, we have the reverse lunge. And the reverse lunge is a nice opportunity to make sure that you don't draw as much of that tension forward into the kneecap. And with the reverse lunge, you don't have so much of that forward knee travel.
Yeah.
You know, it's again, you're keeping a vertical shin.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and so you can load this up, do it with dumbbells, barbells, or you can use just body weight.
Yeah.
And
that's a good move.
It's going to, and again, it's kind of a single leg movement. So you guys want to try this. You don't need to skip leg day. Just try involving some different exercises, kind of modify your exercises so you can continue to see gains. And then if you have an acute patellar tendonitis, it will kind of subside, and then you go back to doing your regular squats.
I'm not sure if I actually had it, but it did bother me for a little bit.
Yeah.
Doing a little bit more stuff on the hack squat with, you know, different like foot positioning, kind of put it there with too much heavy weight. So
yeah, and it kind of made it flare up.
Yep. I went and actually did regular squats, but I was doing like more like a box squat when I was doing them.
Right.
To take that pressure off the knee.
Right, so. Exactly. So sometimes you guys have to modify a little bit, but you don't necessarily need to skip. And sometimes skipping could be worse.
Yep, squats are awesome.
Yep, squats are a fundamental movement, fundamental exercise. Yeah, Chaz would know. Fundamental exercise of building legs. So you guys don't need to skip leg day, you just have to modify it a little bit. So thank you for that question. We appreciate you guys sending that in. Next week, we're going to address another question that's been sent over to us. So you guys stay tuned. We're always giving out information here for you guys, and please send in your questions. If you have anything, we'll be happy to address it.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have a good week. See ya.